me say hurry up. It's an
It's
emergency.
EYHO, duh. Oh, balloons this time. I don't know where these are coming from. Hurry, it's an EYHO emergency. It really is.
It's freaking Mayday. I think maybe we'll just let you take the lead.
Take the fucking lead. I'm gonna still need a recap from what you guys talked about.
We mostly talked about ongoing stuff with her sister, her youngest sister, like custody between her mom and the sister's dad.
Wow.
We haven't really talked about like what EYHO is, how it started, anything like that. But maybe we can save that because that itself is going to be a whole episode.
Yeah. Things are moving. Things are happening. Things are fucking moving quick.
Hearts are being eaten out.
Hearts are being eaten out. Like, just take it out of my chest. Blood all over my face.
Oh my God. Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to talk about when it comes to EYHO is how much it actually sucks. And how,
yeah. That's
how
what
I
people
hate
don't
it.
understand is that it seems so confident, but under the sheets, it's misery and just pain.
Oh my God. This is something I've been struggling with the past couple weeks. It's like the bullet is just firing backward.
I wish I had some fucking sad music.
Oh, I have tons of sad music.
Play some.
Okay, we can start with my breakup playlist.
Hey, are you gonna shuffle it?
Yeah, I'm gonna press shuffle.
I felt the initial depression and feel. Oh, I'm using ChatGPT to try and win the Powerball.
What are they giving you numbers?
Well, I gave Chat the last 150 Powerball drawing numbers and then had it give me 5 entries using the most repeated numbers and some random numbers to try and get a better percentage chance. So each week I'll do the same 5 entries, and then after the 3 drawings each week, I'll give Chat the new drawings, and then it will recreate me a new list of numbers.
You think you're the only person who's trying that?
Maybe, who knows?
Well, if you win the Powerball, can you buy a compound?
Oh, if I win the Powerball,
Thank you.
best believe we are okay. Powerball is sitting at Powerball right now isn't even high, like because someone won 2 weeks ago. Right now it's 34 million. I can easily put aside 1 million for a compound.
I just need a plot of land with a certain amount of like lots for housing. All of your friends, Kuloone, all of mine, all of Ashtoon's.
Whoa, hold on. No, you probably get 3 people.
No, I have a whole group chat.
I saw this 3-acre plot for like $70,000 in Nashville, so it's not that damn expensive. What is going on?
Oh, we're just talking about winning the Powerball. Nothing too crazy.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Let me tell you something, Ashtoon. So, you and I were going to do a part 2. I thought it would be a good EYHO introductory episode since we haven't talked about what EYHO is, how it was founded, all that, and my ongoing situation is a great topic for that. However, something has happened in Kuloone's life, so he's taking over this episode, and we'll meet again.
Yes, this is like the most important thing.
Yeah.
In EYHO thus far.
Because Kuloone has technically not even been EYHOing.
A candidate, yeah.
A candidate of EYHO.
Yeah.
I am newly single.
Okay, but EYHO could be just any life circumstance. It doesn't just have to be about a relationship.
We can get into the introductory part, but it's just crazy that when we first started that night in the hometown roots, we were all technically single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And really ready to like eat
mingle.
And truly ready to mingle. So now, remember I talked about it earlier. I started to feel like it's not fair to the other party if you're not fully invested. I would find myself Ubering and dreading going home, or like finding excuses, anything to get me outside of the house. And it just made me feel bad for Cleo because it's like, you don't deserve that. You deserve unconditional love. I don't have any of my shit together. And it was very clear the more that I was up there, that I need to get my shit together without having to worry about another human being's mental state. Like keeping someone else okay when I myself am nowhere close to okay. It was just a very hard decision to really say it's time to actually restart.
So last we talked about it, you said things were actively like being resolved. What was the big thing that happened between now and then?
And you went on date night last week.
Date
And
night was cool. We saw the Blake Lively movie, It Ends With Us, which was crazy good. You guys need to go watch that. It was emotional, triumphed over abusive relationships. I thought it was going to go one way. Like, you think she's going to take the guy back. I got triggered a little bit because my mother was in an abusive relationship. So there was like a scene where I literally just closed my eyes the entire time. Like, was actually like a little kid in a fucking thing, closing my eyes and crying because I just hear this thing going on. I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom went exactly through that. But the movie did not help my mental, because there's a scene where she tells the guy, what are you going to tell your daughter if she comes home and says, oh, my significant other treated me this way? And it was really messing with me because obviously I'm not like abusive, but the way that she deserves to be treated is not the way that I was treating her. And that made me really like, she deserves better than what I can give. We're not even talking about the intimacy stuff. That's second nature. Like I said before, I'm a very good person of making it seem like everything's okay. And then when you ask me if I'm okay, I'm just like, yeah, if you're okay, I'm okay. And everything's cool. But this time she asked me, and I was just like, I've been having dreams. I've been waking up, going to work, not wanting to come home, crying in the car, emotional wreck. And I just felt terrible. Like today, she called me and she was like, well, I'm down to work on it. Like, I think it was bad when she said, do you think you would be happy if we lived in Henderson? And I was like, I think I want to be alone. I need to actually work and pay debts and save money because I've never lived by myself. I've always had some type of help or anchor, and I'm almost 30 years old. I need to be able to like actually do some soul searching without having to worry about a significant other. And it's shitty because this was definitely the last straw. There's no rekindling of that situation. So it's just, we're here now. EYHO 2024. We're back in the tri-state.
I have jumped off from a couple of relationships and ended up unexpectedly back in the tri-state a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And just be grateful that you have a place you can go and rest your head, and a place that's familiar that will allow you to reset. Like, a lot of people don't have that, and you're going to be okay. But
And that's what Damascus was saying. Because for me, the community here, I'm in a place where I have a completely 100% solid community to where I can really worry about myself. I know everyone's got me here. Tons of people got me mentally and like to help me if I'm going through like a rough spot. Like even with finding employment, like my mom was already like on it before I even got here. Like I already have things lined up, still going to like finish school. But I was just telling Damascus, like, this just gives me 100% freedom to actually like work on myself, step back, restart, and then who knows, by the 30th birthday, we might be making a Hinge profile for your boy, because the next one's the last one. I'm not that type of person. I've only had 3 relationships in my entire life.
How many years has it been with Cleo?
10 years, a decade. Well, I guess 8 years because there were 2 1-year breaks with that. I love these, bro. What are these animations?
This kept happening. Ashton.
Oh, it's
here.
I guess yeah. Like if I do this,
No.
You can't
There's
see
bubbles.
that?
There's bubbles
I
outside.
can see it, but I don't think it's triggered by
Yes, it is. If I do a thumbs up, it pops up a thumbs up right there. Boom.
What's the balloon?
No. Woo! It might have been triggered by a word. I don't know. Because when I first got on here, there was confetti.
It kept going.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's for the better. It sucks, but it's definitely 100% for the better.
How did she take it when you said that you just need to be by yourself?
Well, it was more like we had multiple conversations before, and then she was just like, I would like to work it out, but I don't know what I can do for you. And I'm like, I don't think you can do anything. There's nothing, like, we're not even talking about the sexual side of things. You know what I mean? We were past that. It wasn't like I was like, oh, wake me up with some head or something. I wasn't even thinking about that when she was asking that. And I was like, it is a me problem. It is something that I feel like I've just been like running away from me, myself. Like Atlanta, and then after, look at this shit. What is happening?
It's totally inappropriate.
Yeah, like, wow. Maybe that's life just trying to remind me to stay positive.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
that just threw me off. Fireworks is crazy. What was I saying? That was crazy.
You said something about Atlanta.
Shooting for the stars in Atlanta, and then immediately just cutting that, because I didn't even tell you guys in January when I told my father, oh, I'm not going to do music anymore. Literally 3 months later, the opportunity to go on tour arose. Like a serious artist needed someone to open for them, and it was too late. Like when I told Cleo that, she was like, how does that make you feel? And I'm like that's still the dream, even though I'm accepting like now it's time to do the corporate route. So going from Atlanta, completely switching to that while she's the breadwinner and funding and doing all these things, and I'm just kind of there, not really knowing and understanding that she's doing that out of the love of her heart. She's helping me get on my feet. And I gotta fix me before I can even begin to like actually respectfully court another person, if that makes sense.
Did you talk about, or did she talk about a future?
What do you mean?
Like when you get your stuff together, would you?
Oh no, it's a wrap. This
For
is like
you,
the port.
for you, I know it's a wrap. But did she?
No, I'm saying it's a wrap. Like both of us were like, we're not gonna go through this again. Like,
Yeah.
that was kind of the big thing that was holding me back even more, because it is the last time. I probably won't speak to her ever again. That was one of the toughest pills to swallow. Because she even asked, like, do you think that you'll find someone that's been as like supportive and patient? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's all for nothing if I can't get my shit together.
You're wanting to be in a situation where you don't need support. So it's not even that you would want to find that again. And you being someone who values like traditional roles, it just
Yeah.
seems like you would not be comfortable remaining in that type of situation with Cleo.
No matter how many times I told myself that I would joke like, oh yeah, I'll be a stay-at-home dad, take care of the kids, cook, whatever. But realistically, you know me, like you just said, it doesn't need to be that way, and it should not be that way.
I mean, I think that
At least to where I can hold my own weight. You know what I mean? Like, we're not even talking 50-50, but at least like throw something in. Because I did shoot for the stars while all of my friends have careers and are like locked in. Like, I was like the only one that just ignored all that and was like, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna try and do the thing that people are scared of, chase a dream. Actually chase a dream though. Not just like it's a hobby. It was like, no, I was full-fledged a starving artist for however long. Now I'm actually having to like take a step back and do some soul searching.
That's good that you see it that way, because it would be very easy for you to just be like, this ain't working. I don't know why, move on. I feel like you're in the best position. I hope you don't regret leaving Atlanta and trying it, because I feel like it all led up to this and it's something that you had to do.
I don't regret Atlanta at all, because I still built a huge network to
No,
where
I
I'm
mean
still
leaving
being.
Atlanta.
Oh, like actually, no, I don't think I would want to live in Atlanta. I mean, with like the acting and screenwriting, I still go to Atlanta. I still have an avenue to be creative and fill that creative hole that I will always have.
Yeah.
No matter if I'm a data scientist working remote, I can still send in auditions. I can still work with scripts with other producers down there. Like, it all works the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I just mean like giving it a go, living with Cleo in Milwaukee. I hope you don't regret making that jump if it's what you needed to get to a place where you're like, okay, I'm on this other path now.
And that's probably the biggest, I wouldn't say regret, seeing if it would like actually work and like actually going to stay with her instead of being long distance. It was a beautiful time helping with the house, planting the grass and doing all the excavation and yard work. It was definitely fun and it was very eye-opening, but it is for sure in the back of my mind at all times now. What if I would have just stuck through with the music for 3 more months? We'd be in a whole different situation. It's
Why
just,
do you feel like because you left Atlanta, all of your work has been abandoned and that there's no possibility for music? I'm not saying you should explore that as option A, but you are a musical person, you're an artist. You can keep doing that on the side. Why do you feel like just because you're not in Atlanta, there's no opportunity for
no,
that?
I mean, there is opportunity, but it's just more restart. Because, like, the team that I was with and built, I completely abandoned. I was just like, I'm not feeling it anymore. See you guys later. On a group of people that were actually fully invested, like taking out of their 401ks to invest in the product. But I'm going to always create. Like, I'm going to have a studio. I'm going to be making music. But I'm just saying, I don't know how to explain. Like, water boils at 422. We were at like 420. And your boy just got too close to the fire and got nervous and thought, oh, I'm just going to be a family man, and then bounced.
It's all important, the whole entire journey. You made the decision for a reason. It didn't end up the way you maybe pictured, but it's really important that you have this time in Henderson now.
Solomon was like, keep your head up, bro. I love you. We can plan our escape, like, from this shithole. And I was like, I'm not trying to escape. I've been waiting to be back. Like, I've been gone since 2017. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've actually been in Henderson. Even Cleo would bring it up to me. When I'm here, I'm just happier. She's like, I don't know what it is about that place, but every time I'm here, I'm way more happier. Just smiling, just a whole different vibe. That was a crazy thing for her to say because the last time that I was here, I was going to stay an extra day. And she even was worried that I was just going to text her and be like, hey, I think I'm going to come back tomorrow. Even though that like weighed on me, I was like, okay, that's kind of messed up because she's missing me right now. I'm to the point where I would like to actually get back to the community. The prodigal son has returned.
I mean, your community is very solid there, so it makes perfect sense.
But it sucks because that's a lot of time.
Better to not waste any more then.
That's what I said. And that was my main thing because after we had talked and we didn't say I love you after that talk, and I was like, I'm going to let you get back to work. She was like, okay, bye. I sent her like a final full-fledged, like, hey, you're an amazing person. I am so, so sorry that I am not the guy. And the beautiful thing my mom told me was like, if she's not my person, it's not fair for me to just stay there and keep her away from someone who can actually like give her everything and fully love her unconditionally when I'm still not there. We were watching the weird ass documentary about some mom that like kept her daughter sick and then the daughter killed the mom.
Yeah, Gypsy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a scene where she was like, my mom actually put a hex on me and this guy. And I was like, I don't think that her mother, Cleo's mother, ever stopped the hex that she put on us. So then it just went into the back of my head like, dude, are we dealing with dark magic here?
I think anytime you leave and return to the same person, it just feels like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? There was a hex put on us, which is probably still ongoing. That's another shitty thing too that like came into my head as I've been dealing with it for the past 5 days of just like, I think that I dislike her family more than I love her, which was another thing that just came into my head. And I don't want to like seem like it's just me like on a whim this time. When we first brought it up, because that was 3 weeks ago. Like when I went to Atlanta, when I came back, we had the talk And we went 3 weeks, and I still feel the same way. Old Kuloone would have bounced immediately. No thought process, no considering or anything. It really came up out of nowhere when she was like, "When did you go to Atlanta?" And then I looked at the calendar and I was like, "Oh, we were supposed to have a discussion 2 weeks after Atlanta, and it's 3 weeks now." And I still feel terrible. Just miss home. It's wild. This shit is nuts.
Are you happier than you are sad?
I'm more optimistic than sad. I mean, because I did just drive by myself for 7.5 hours. We literally stayed separated for a year twice now. So the hardest thing is if you've spent a decade with someone, almost everything is going to remind you of that person.
Yeah.
Certain songs, certain movies, fucking TV shows, pop culture. Smells. Those are the things you have to appreciate, but not let affect you. It's more of an ease on me knowing that door is completely shut now. There's no doubt in my mind that she's gonna be okay. She made a joke about sperm donor and just raising a child by herself, and I'm like, you would be able to do that, and there would be no problem with that. I'm the one that needs help.
You both will have whatever you need and want.
Yeah, as you know, we were yin and yang. My first relationship with Bethesda, it was 100% the same. We were the same person. So I felt like I could be completely my 100% true self, being completely honest with how I feel, with finding my complete opposite. It balanced out perfectly. It was just certain things I did not feel like I could 100% be truthful with without being judged or maybe oh, that might be too off kilter for her to feel comfortable with. So now it's just a complete restart, a complete fresh slate. The next person that I'm lucky enough to meet and feel something for, I can be 100% honest myself. There's no holding back anything, and then they can accept it or not. And it'll be a much healthier thing for me and for the other person. I need to take a shot.
Right now?
Well, my mom invited me to Rookies.
The perfect welcome home.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
And
Rookie.
do you guys realize that my mother is 47 years old and never got a normal adolescent life?
Because of you.
Well, she told me that she had sex 3 times before she got pregnant with me. After that, as soon as she broke up with my father when I was, say, 4, she probably had 1 year of taking care of me and then met my ex stepdad. And then she had 3 more children. From 18 all the way to her divorce when she was 45, it was just mom, work. Now, after she got the divorce and all the boys are graduated, she's getting drunk, tattoos. It's insane because I'm like, do you? You literally never got to do that. There was no, that blows my mind.
Yeah, I
She's
can't.
dating a guy, right?
Not anymore. But yeah, she's just living her best life, dude. She's getting, she's drinking little gummies from Illinois here and there.
Love it.
I don't know. I feel bad. I'm sad. It was very sad putting the dogs up for the last.
I was wondering.
That was oh wow, I do have an emotional connection with you two.
Hey,
Yeah.
that out, and that's great to know.
Because I literally had a little moment with them, take care of your mommy. I'm sorry. Now it's time to go to your cages for the last time.
No.
I took him out to pee for the last time. I was like, wow, that is emotional shit right there.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Now I got my boy Charlie Brown chilling.
Hello.
Oh, look at him.
All he does is
I got my Charlie Brown chilling.
Oh, yes.
His name is actually Charlie Brown, though.
Aw, I thought it was just because he was brown.
No, it's Charlie Brown, man. He's a wild man. If you leave the door open, he'll fucking jet out. He's for the streets, but he loves us.
Aww.
I don't know. This shit is crazy.
I know.
Listen to breakup songs, watch sad movies, let yourself cry.
That Blake Lively movie was not for the faint of heart. I even told my mom, you're gonna love this movie, but first off, it is going to trigger you because you experienced exactly what happens on the screen. I cried during that movie. But I'm a crier in movies. There's like times where I'll be watching a very emotional scene or something and I'll start crying, but then I'll start crying very hard and I wonder to myself, is this my body or brain giving me the excuse to just air out everything that I'm actually feeling?
For
You know what
sure.
I mean? Like just giving an excuse like, oh, this is sad, so let me just fucking get it all out, even if it
Yeah.
doesn't have to do with the movie at all.
Okay, that's why I don't watch sad stuff when I'm sad, or hardly ever, because I don't want to be triggered, because I'm going to cry so hard. All this stuff is going to come up that I've been trying to set aside. Like, let's save this emotion for another day. It's exhausting to feel emotion. I can't do it all the
I
time.
feel like we weren't given the opportunity to like understand that like that is what we should be doing. For instance, middle schoolers now are being told mindfulness and being able to like deal with emotion and actually accept like, oh, I'm sad. This is what that feels like. It's okay for me to actually be feeling this way instead of me just trying to box it up. Because like my mom is the compartmentalization queen. It's like second nature for me to just get something that I don't like, put it in a box, put it in a shelf, and never look at that shit again.
Yeah.
Instead of like actually dealing with these feelings that I'm feeling as we are speaking right now. It's just where do we build from here, you know?
Yeah, I definitely compartmentalized like most of my life, but it will come out eventually. So you might as well let it ride while it's the here and now.
Just do a little spring cleaning.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm telling you now, if I'm sad about something, we're listening to music about it, we're crying about it, we're watching sad movies about it, and it's just better that way because it's pent up in your body and it's fake and it's unhealthy.
Literally killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad to do that, but
depends on the day, of course.
It's like I don't have time for that. I guess I do have time, but it feels like I don't.
And it's like even as I was driving home, Damascus literally hit me up. It's like, hey, tomorrow evening, like let's grill out and do our fantasy draft. The amount of like happiness that fills me with is just what I have been missing. And it was like I was walking on eggshells when it came to actually like voicing like this isn't true happiness. Like yes, it's ideal. There's nothing wrong with our relationship. Like it's not like there's nothing, it's not fixable. It's literally me. Like it's not a thing of like, oh, what can we do to fix the relationship? It was more like, what do I need to do to fix myself? And unfortunately that is restarting and being alone.
It's very brave.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. It takes a village.
Yes, and your village is there for you.
And you guys are my head chiefs. My medicine women.
Oh,
Wow. Interesting that this is my first full episode. I wonder what the title and description is going to be of this, Ashton.
I wonder.
They're going to have to find out. Tune in.
Hey, I'm glad that I'm a little bit behind on editing. Now that I have this hindsight, it will influence like the way that I'm writing for the other videos. Because before I was totally like, they're gonna work it out and they're gonna stay together. It just it changes the way I'm gonna advertise. So
Oh, and then crazy, like our main friend up there, she texted me while I was driving. It was like, hey, I'm just checking on you because you're my friend too. How are you doing? And I was like, thank you for that. That's like very sweet of you. I would have expected you to be like, you piece of shit, just defending her. And she was actually genuinely checking on how I was doing. I was like,
does
wow.
she like you?
What do you mean?
I don't think I would do that for a guy I just met unless I had some
Well, I
sort
mean, no, she's got a husband and 2 kids. After we went skydiving, we all went out to eat, and her kids are very frantic. I love kids. After we got done eating, she texted me and like thanked me. It's like, I know my kids can be much, but thank you so much for like being accepting of them, playing with them. I mean, I went to their wedding, for Christ's sake, in Cancun. I've met their parents. That's Cleo's like main hub of support, and so they welcomed me. It was very nice of her to actually reach out and check on me, though. I wasn't expecting that.
So are you going to Rookies?
Yeah, I'm probably definitely gonna run up the tabs, get some shots in me. The sense of community here, I feel like 25% of Americans might have a community as strong as one like in Henderson.
Okay, well, you can speak for yourself because you're talking to two Hendersonians who don't have community in Henderson, like, at all.
Yeah, you
We
guys
were
were.
popular in high school, so it's a little
Right.
bit different for us.
Yeah, you guys were definitely grunge. But
I
the crazy thing is, I've been on guided meditations before at like apothecaries and whatnot, and every single one of them has pointed me to the spirit animal of the fox. The fox is sly and like a chameleon. So like you can put me in any situation. It's like we've said, we're not in the quote unquote like sports popular group with my other group, but I still was able to blend in with your group and make lasting relationships with that group, even though they're two completely different communities, which even makes my community that much more unbelievable. Like it really blows me away. I don't know. It's crazy. I love you guys.
You are blessed. You are blessed.
You
You
are blessed as well. But yeah.
Yes, I am in other ways. You have like exactly what you need right now, and it's a blessing. So
Yeah. It's gonna be a very interesting next few episodes, you know? It's a whole different fucking saga. EYHO forever.
forever and ever.
It's
I love
EYHO Radio.
It's EYHO Radio. Until
Duh.
next time. Yes. Woo!
Hi
EYHO
ho.
Radio 2024. Love
Done.
you guys.
Love you. Talk soon. Bye.